Wow, you're still upset over it? Really? After all this time? If this sounds familiar, then I want you to watch this video because in this video, I'm going to be discussing top 5 signs that you are being emotionally abused or maybe you were in the past. So stay tuned. Okay, so the first sign, and it might seem quite obvious, but it's very easy to miss because sometimes it can be very subtle. And that is total disregard or dismissal of what you are feeling. So it's like you might have tried to communicate what you're feeling, and you are trying to tell that a particular situation is affecting you in a particular way. And they might just totally ignore or neglect it. They might just dismiss your feelings. And this may sound like this. They might say something like, wow, that wasn't something to get so upset about. Or they might say something like, you're just being so dramatic. Or something like, stop being so sensitive, like you're overly sensitive. So what happened in all of these cases is that what you're feeling in the present moment, what your current reality is, that was not paid attention to, that was not respected, that was not heard. So what happens, that you start feeling doubt. You actually start feeling like, maybe I am too sensitive, or maybe like I do overreact. So now, if this happens a lot, whenever you are trying to communicate that this particular incident has hurt you or you are in pain, and if this is happening a lot, then this is just pure dismissal of your feelings. It is also called invalidation. Basically, it is sending a message that your feelings are not important, which is far from the truth. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to stay in your reality, and I want you to know that your feelings matter and what you are feeling is totally valid. Okay, coming to the second point now, which is constant criticism. It's like you have someone in your life who is literally finding faults with everything that you do. Nothing you do is good enough. And it might be how you talk, how you dress, or something which you have cooked. And instead of complimenting you, praising you, they only have like harsh or negative words to say. Or they might be, this criticism might be sometimes subtle. It might be like, yeah, it could have been better, or I could have done that better, or it could be like really in your face, like harsh criticism. So what this does to a person's self esteem and confidence is that they start to feel that I am not good enough and I am not good at anything, and they start to feel that whatever they do is wrong. And this kind of just erodes your sense of self away, because you feel that I'm useless and I am good for nothing, I'll never amount to anything, which is not true. Again, this is a very dangerous form of emotional abuse, and you should start to recognize it. Coming to the third sign of emotional abuse, which is gaslighting. Gaslighting is when someone actually in your face downright denies your reality. They might say something like, that never happened. For example, imagine that you had a conversation with your partner about going to a party. And when it's just the day of the party, and you are like, okay, we have to start getting ready, the party is about to start, and your partner goes like, we never discussed this, you never told this to me, and you specifically remember that you had a conversation and you marked it on your calendar, but your partner just totally denies that the conversation never happened. So what they are doing is that they are making you question your own reality. So this is also called crazy making. It is like you start to question your own brain, your own memory, and you start to feel, am I remembering things in a wrong way? Like, just you just become so doubtful of your reality. So gaslighting is one of the most harmful and one of the most dangerous tactic that is used by people who are emotionally abusive. So you should be very careful if this is happening to you. Coming to the fourth sign now, and this one is very important if you are a very sensitive person like me, and this is emotional manipulation. So for example, let's say you went to them and you wanted to discuss something somehow you will find that the whole situation got manipulated, and now both of you are discussing their problem or their feelings. And they might use guilt, for example. They might say something like, you don't understand the problems I have been in, or you are the one who is ignoring me, I am the one who is feeling neglected. So see what happened here, like your issue was sidelined, your emotions were neglected, and the whole situation got manipulated, and now they are the ones who are actually suffering. They might play the victim. They might just say something like, oh, I am not good enough for you, I'm such a bad person, why don't you just leave me. So they are actually emotionally manipulating you by bringing the whole attention on themselves. And if you are a sensitive person, you are someone who cares a lot about how the other person is feeling, you might fall into this trap. And I know this because I've been there. So you in this situation tend to forget your own feelings, and then you focus on what they are feeling, and again your issue gets dumped. Coming to the fifth sign of emotional abuse, and that is control. So this control can be very direct. For example, there might be some parents who are very controlling of their child's not only actions but also how the child is supposed to feel or how the child is supposed to react. So these very controlling parents might start to feel threatened if the child develops some emotional autonomy. And a very subtle form of control might also be guilting you into doing something, or just for example, a very controlling partner might restrict you from meeting certain people or going to certain places. So excessive control basically is that they want to make you feel powerless, and they want to sort of dominate your life decisions, and this makes them feel powerful, this makes them feel that they are controlling aspects of your life. So they feel good about themselves. So this is something which you should look out for. You should always be independent in your thinking and in the way you are showing up in the world. So yeah, watch out. So that was it from me today, you guys. You can consider subscribing if that was helpful for you. You can reach out to me if you feel that you are being emotionally abused and you are feeling powerless in the situation. And thank you for watching.